Somewhere beneath your feet is a door you were never meant to find. It might be under a five-car garage in Colorado, beneath a vineyard in Northern California, or right below a glass mansion built into the side of a cliff. But it's there. And if you opened it, if you were allowed to, what you'd see wouldn't be a wine cellar or a panic room. You'd see a hallway, a biometric scanner, a steel blast door thicker than your car, and behind that, a city silent, gleaming, ready. My name's Clarence, I'm 77, and for the last 30 years I've built underground shelters for people you see on the news, but never really see. They call them bunkers. I call them vaults because what's buried down there isn't just food and guns, it's secrets. It's truths they never want reaching daylight. I wasn't always in this line of work. I used to lay foundations for shopping malls and hospitals. Good, clean work. Simple specs. Simple people. Then one day I got a call. A client wanted a sub-basement with some added reinforcements. What they really wanted was a beginning, and I said yes. God help me, I said yes. This is the part of my life I've never shared. Not even with my kids, because the things I've seen, they change a man. Not because they're evil, but because they show you what people with real money are preparing for. They know something, and now so do I. If you've ever wondered what the ultra-rich are really afraid of, if you've ever felt like you're not being told the full story, then listen close. I'm going to take you underground, to places with no names, to rooms where daylight hasn't touched in decades, and to the moment I realized, not everyone's planning to survive, just the ones who can afford to. Most folks think bunkers are cramped, cold little boxes buried in the backyard. Maybe a generator, a cot, some canned beans. Not these. These are 30,000 square foot underground sanctuaries, multi-level, climate-controlled, stocked with enough food, water, and power to last 25 years. Some even have simulated skies, LED domes with artificial sunrises, pools, theaters, hydroponic farms. One client requested a wine cellar with a 200-year collection. Another, a nursery just in case they had to start over, underground. Every site is different, but they all have one thing in common: secrecy, no names, no questions. We're flown in blindfolded, phones off, no photos, ever. You think I'm exaggerating? Let me tell you this. Once I was asked to sign an NDA 137 pages long, just to walk the site. Some of these places go 6 levels deep. Most have their own ventilation systems, water treatment plants, even nuclear shielding. A few are connected to each other via sealed underground corridors. I don't know how far they stretch, and I don't want to. They told us it was insurance, that it was just in case, a supervolcano. But when you see multiple escape tunnels leading to private airstrips, you start to wonder if they know something we don't. And then there's the art. Yeah, art. Massive underground galleries, vaults filled with priceless paintings, sculptures, rare books. Like they're planning to rebuild culture, not just survive. There are sounds too, different underground. Your voice comes back to you slower. Sometimes it doesn't come back at all. One night I swear I heard a piano playing, but no one was down there. It's the kind of place where time gets soft, and you start to forget there's a world above. They say they built these places for emergencies, but I've seen the way they look at the control rooms, the way they talk about phase 2. They're not building shelters. They're building kingdoms, and we're not invited. There's one job I can't forget. Utah desert, nothing but sand and silence for miles. A man, we'll call him Mr. K, brought us in, said he wanted the most advanced shelter ever built. Budget, unlimited. We started digging, week after week. By month 3, we were 6 stories down. Then came the extras. A DNA-sealed vault, a cryogenic chamber, a chamber labeled observation suite with a one-way glass window and what looked like restraints. I asked about it. He just smiled and said, "Some truths have to be preserved, even if they scream." Creeped me out. But money was good, so we kept going. One night, while checking the structural load near level 4, I found something, a door, not on our blueprints. No handle, seamless metal. I ran my hand across it, warm, like it was alive. Then I heard it, a voice. Not a whisper, not a hallucination, a voice. "I see you now." I stumbled back, dropped my light. When I picked it up, the door was gone. I didn't tell anyone, would you? But from that night on, I felt watched. It got to me. I couldn't sleep. I started sketching the door in my notebook, over and over. Eventually the job wrapped. We left, no ceremony, just silence. 2 years later, I tried to revisit the site, just to see if I'd imagined it. Desert was gone. In its place, a lake. Man-made, no road in, no listing on maps. Just water. That's when I knew they'd sealed it, covered it, hidden it for good. I don't know what we built out there. Not really. But something tells me it wasn't meant to protect us. It was meant to contain something. After Utah, the jobs got stranger. A client in upstate New York wanted a room lined entirely with copper. Said it kept the voices out. Another installed a fake sky, complete with a moon that moved according to the real lunar cycle. But the one that broke me? Switzerland, an old money family, legacy that went back centuries. They wanted a sealed archive, nothing unusual. Until I saw what was going in it. Photos of people, thousands of them, all labeled, dated, categorized. Except these weren't famous people. They were nobodies, farmers, bartenders, teachers, children. The dates weren't birth dates, they were disappearance dates. I asked why they kept them. The woman, head of the family, just said, "We owe them memory." Her eyes were glassy, like she was somewhere else. I quit the job early, left without my final check. And still, I dream about those shelves, faces staring back. Some looked like they knew they'd be buried. I built walls for other people, but somewhere along the way, I started building them inside myself too. I stopped talking to my kids about my work, stopped going to church, started drinking more. There's a weight you carry when you help powerful people prepare for something no one talks about. Not because they're paranoid, but because they're planning. And you start to wonder, what do they know? Why are billionaires spending hundreds of millions to live underground? Why build cities where no sunlight reaches, unless the surface is going to burn? My health's fading now. I get chest pains, my hands shake. But my dreams are clear. I see doors, I hear humming, and sometimes I see a future where the world has gone quiet, except for the bunkers where they rule. And the rest of us? We become names in boxes, stored, forgotten. I don't regret the work, but I regret the silence. I should have spoken sooner, before it was too late. They'll probably say I made this up. An old man rambling. Maybe that's for the best. Because if what I've seen is real, if what they've built is meant to be used, then there's not much time left anyway. One day when the skies go dark and the phones go silent, you'll wonder where they all went. And the answer beneath you, living like kings, waiting for the dust to settle, and maybe deciding who gets to come back up. I don't have much time left, but you do. Pay attention, ask questions, and don't trust anyone who builds down instead of up. Because down there are no rules, only locks. And if you like this story, if it made your spine tingle or your mind race, then you're the kind of person I'm trying to reach. So stay with me. Subscribe to this channel, like the video so others can find it, and leave a comment. Have you seen something off? A building that doesn't match the plans? A door where there shouldn't be one? Next time, I'll tell you about a private school built over a decommissioned military silo and the tunnel they told us never to enter. Till then, stay safe and stay curious because they're betting we never ask. But we're not supposed to be quiet anymore.